It occurred to me that the last time we were in this room together was probably March 13th of 2020. You remember the big screen that said like, watch out for germs or something like that? I have that like burned into my brain. So it's been a long road back. Really excited to be here with you together. As an 8th grade family, just be mindful we do have students that are joining us virtually. So they are watching this presentation, and we're having student council record it as well. So, you know, if your friends aren't here today, but you know they're coming back next week or whatever, we'll do the best that we can to make sure everybody is covered. So we wanted to get together. Obviously, the biggest thing on the horizon are full days, starting on Monday. We recognize that with that are some changes that you guys will go through. Please remember your teachers will be going through changes as well. Let's be patient with each other. Let's look out for each other like we always do here at EMS. And we'll be completely fine. We also, since you are 8th grade, we are going to tack on a presentation from our friends up at RHS with their aviation program, so we'll do that at the end. And then we should be done certainly, if not right at the start of period 6, maybe slightly into period 6. So let's get started. This is a look at your full day schedule. Typically here at EMS, we do 50-minute academic class periods. So that's what you're going to experience starting on Monday. The day will start the way the day has started all year. You get off the bus, or you park your bike, get off the car line, and you go to your homeroom. Okay? You go directly to your homeroom. Homeroom, arrivals and homeroom goes all the way till 7:58. You're going to hear the bell. Stuco's going to do their thing with the pledge. It's going to feel exactly the way it's felt all year long. You will go through periods 1, 2, and 3, and then you'll get to what we call Eagle Hour, which is period 4. There are no academic classes taking place during period 4. We split it up into 2 smaller parts. So as you can see on the far right, 8th grade, when you hit period 4, 4A, the first part, you're going to lunch. And that's going to be the biggest topic of conversation in the next couple of minutes. After you do lunch, you're going to go to what's called Triple E. Extension is like study hall. All right? So if you're not in an ensemble, which is band, orchestra, or choir, you're going back to your homeroom, kind of like you would be doing right now. Okay? If you're in band, orchestra, or choir, if you're in one of those ensembles, that's the time you go to band, orchestra, or choir, kind of like you would be doing right now. Good? Then the rest of your day carries on with a core, a second core, and then ends with an exploratory class. Just like your day has been going, just longer periods. All right, let's
They're going to dismiss at the bell.
and you guys are dismissing at 2:30. You're going to wait for the bell. We're going to let the 7th graders get out of here, 2:28, 2:29, something like that, just so we're not all stampeding into the hallways at once. So let's talk about lunchtime. You're gonna have 3 main home bases for lunch, and I really want you to think about over the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, where is my preferred destination for lunch going to be? We recognize you want to eat with your friends. We want you to be able to eat with your friends. You have earned the right to give this a shot. So that means, come Monday, you might choose cafeteria, which is a traditional place to eat lunch, right? Cafe tables, all that. The gymnasium is going to be open. Bleachers are going to be out. There's going to be a few cafeteria tables that are spread out. And we're also going to open the patio, which is, if you've been down to the cafeteria, off to the side there's a blacktop area. You might have seen a couple tents are up. Picnic tables, benches, lots of spaces that you can find a lunch home. It's going to take you a couple days, I wager, to figure out, what kind of luncher you are. The patio will be open rain or shine because we do have a tent. But we also want to encourage some of you on nice weather days to bring in a beach towel. We've got some nice grassy areas out back. You bring a sandwich, a drink, just like you do at the beach or at a park. Spread out a towel. That's your space. Tell your buddies to bring some towels. Have yourself a nice lunch on the grassy knoll. Of course, that won't work when it's raining, but let's hope that we get more good weather days than bad weather days. On days where we can't use anything more than the tent, more of you are going to end up in the gymnasium or the cafeteria. We're going to see how that goes for the first few days. If we need to open up additional interior spaces, we'll look at that. We'll take a look at that. But we've got a big, beautiful gym, big, beautiful cafeteria. The bleachers, as I said, are going to be all the way out. You have to stay 6 feet apart. Okay? There will be 7, 8, 9 adults down there. We'll be coaching you through how to find your lunch home, eat with your friends, but keep your distance. Goes without saying, when you're eating or drinking, your mask is going to be off. Just like at a restaurant, when you finish eating or drinking, your mask goes back on. You're ready to throw out your trash, you're going up to get something from the kitchen, your mask is on. We good? You've done so well all year long. You've earned this. We know that you're going to do well with this, and we're going to help you get through the first couple of days where it's going to feel a little weird. You're going to try to find, where do I belong at lunchtime? We're certainly going to make sure that nobody's eating alone. We're going to make sure that you can get to a place where you are comfortable during lunchtime. What am I missing with it? Well, if your lunch is free, so I'm going to say buying lunch, but you're not really buying it. You're receiving the free lunch that the state of New Jersey is providing to you.
There will be some hot options, by the way, starting following.
Rumor has it some hot options are coming down the pipe. Maybe not next week, but shortly thereafter. You are going to go first to your lunch home base. So even if you're planning on taking, receiving school lunch, you're not just going to walk straight into the buying line there. You're going to your home base first. If you're a patio person, go to the patio. If you think the gym is a cool place for you and your friends, you're going to the gym. We will then give you directions. Anybody in the gym who's ordering a lunch, come on over. Anybody who's in the cafeteria, come on up, etc. So you're waiting for directions. All right, that's different than how you experienced lunch last year here, right, where you kind of were self-directed and you go and you do what you need to do. It goes without saying, we've got to make sure we don't end up with a huge crowd of people anywhere, so you're waiting for directions. We good? If you're not eating or drinking, your face is covered. Some pictures. I want to thank various volunteers who perhaps not so voluntarily helped me with these pictures. But we're looking at every other seat. We're looking at zigzag patterns, right? If you're at a rectangle table, there should not be somebody, give you a math word here, Miss Eichen. Opposite. There should not be somebody directly opposite to you, right? There should be utilizing a zigzag pattern. That means 3 kids to a table where there'd usually be 6, 4 kids where there'd usually be 8. We're going to help you find your lunch home. We've put some markings on some tables and chairs just to help you on those first couple days get a feel for what we're trying to accomplish, okay? On the patio, there's picnic tables, there's a nice retaining wall. As I mentioned, I recommend a beach towel. To me, I think that there's a lot of potential for fun there if you and your friends bring some towels in, bring some lunches in, get some fresh air on good weather days. We've done our best to kind of model what it should look like when you go down there on the first couple days and are looking for your lunch home. And then the gym, like I said, bleachers are going to go out. We just pulled them out a little bit for the picture, but I really think I'm going to put them all the way out. Same zigzag pattern, right? Triangle. Nobody's directly in front of you, but you're with your friends. We want you to eat with your friends. We don't want to take that away from you, but your behavior is going to indicate whether or not you can handle it, as it always does, right? So you get a shot at it the way you want it. We don't want to have to intervene, but we will if we need to make sure everybody's safe during lunchtime.
We want to maintain our same home base each day.
Yeah, I want you to find your lunch home. By the time we get to next Wednesday, you should know if outside's for you, if the gym is for you, the cafeteria is for you, and then I want you to just go there every day, which quite frankly is what middle schoolers normally do anyway, right? You find that lunch table, and God forbid somebody moves it, you don't even know what to do, because you're so used to going to the same place. So keep that behavior and try to have a nice bubble of kids that you eat with every day. We good on that? Make sense? I feel like it makes sense. Not yet. Speaking of makes sense. you've made it this far. Very few sports are left, very few activities are left.
No coats?
You don't need jackets anymore. This is another thing that we are so proud of you for being able to carry your bags all over in the winter, carry your jackets all over. You haven't lost any more stuff than you usually do. I'd actually argue you lost less stuff this year than you usually do. So keep that up. My bet, you're not going to see lockers this year. As you can imagine, 600 lockers is a lot to clean on a daily basis. So I would put my money on not yet, not this year. Speaking of not yet, not this year, you know clubs and sports are running in person now, which we're really excited about. Plug for the drama club. They have their play next Thursday and Friday. Thank you, Ms. Blewett. Right? Your parents still have to pick you up. If you're on the track team, if you're in drama club, if all of us, you know, if some of your academic clubs or, you know, strategic gaming, if those things start happening in person, that's wonderful, that's great. They can happen right after school. Your parents have to pick you up. So your advisors and your coaches are going to be communicating with you what you and your parents need to do to assure us that you'll be picked up. There will be no late buses. We can't contact trace, we can't do what we need to do if kids are not going on assigned seats in buses. So as you can imagine, I would not expect late buses anytime for the rest of this academic year. Let's cross our fingers we get those back next year.
So getting off at the same, different.
Oh, I've gotten a couple requests for, hey, can I go on my buddy's bus today? That's a no. Same reasoning, right? You need to go to your assigned bus, go to your assigned seat for the purposes of contact tracing. However, I did get a request this morning for the same bus but getting off on a different stop. That's fine, right? You just send me a note from your parents. Hey, I want to get off at James's stop today. Give it to Miss Swaber, we'll sign it, and you can just show it to the driver. That's fine, you're going on the same bus. You're just getting off at a different stop, but you can't, you know, you can't go on a different bus where you don't have an assigned seat waiting for you. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Swain. We didn't really get a chance to be together as a family, so there's just a couple expectations and procedures that we want to review while we have you together.
Okay, hi guys. So since we are all together, we just thought we'd take this opportunity to review a few procedural things. The first is masks. For the most part, you guys have been awesome, and I really appreciate your willingness to wear the mask. I know it's getting warmer, and even for me, I've said to a couple other teachers, is the mask bothering you more now than it used to? Because I feel like it is for me. It's getting warmer. But we still have to maintain that, especially since we're going full day. So I know it's a little bit longer. I know your teachers are pretty good about giving you the mask breaks. I've seen you outside for study hall. I've seen some classes go outside for science. Obviously, you'll have the opportunity during lunch to take off your mask, but for the rest of the time, when you're in your classes, when you're in the hall, not only do the masks have to be on, but they have to be on appropriately. So kind of looking out into the room here, I see a lot of noses. I shouldn't see any noses. The mask has to cover your mouth and your nose. And I know it slips. So if you find that your mask is constantly slipping down off of your nose, maybe that's not the right mask for you, and have mom or dad maybe go to Walmart this weekend, get a couple different kinds to try out so that you are able to cover mouth and nose. There's also these, Mr. Curette was nice enough to give me one of these guards to hold the mask off my face a little bit, which I found is really helpful. So everyone right now, if your nose is uncovered, pull it up. All right, the next thing is our device reminder. From 7:58 to 2:30 now, we should not have our cell phones on. In a normal school year, we would have our cell phones in our locker, so that temptation's not there to check it. Obviously, we don't have our lockers right now, so we are trusting you guys to keep your cell phones with you, but they should be off and they should be in your backpack. If they're not off and you hear them vibrating, you're going to want to check it. I get it, I'm the same way. When it buzzes, I want to know what it is, and it's normally something really stupid, but it has distracted me from whatever I'm doing. For that reason, it's important that it's off and it's in your backpack. Not in your pocket, not checking it really quickly. You can listen to music on the bus, but as soon as you walk through those doors, off and away, all right? In addition to that, headphones. Your headphones should not be connected to your phone because your phone is off and it's in your backpack. You should have cell phone or headphones because you're going to need them during classes, but that's the only time that you should be using them. So if you're in a class and your teacher says either A, plug in your headphones because we're going to listen to something on Google Classroom, put them on. Or B, guys, we're about to have some independent work time. If you want to listen to Pandora, go ahead. Then that's fine. But you should not be connecting them to your phone to listen to music because your phone is often in your bag. All right? You should also have your headphones away except for those 2 instances. So as soon as you come into the building, I see a lot of us coming in with our AirPods already in our ears. As soon as you come through those doors, away. They shouldn't be on in class when the teacher's teaching, and they should not be on in the hallway. All right? So again, if you have them over your ears right now, now's a good time to put them away. One of the reasons for that, especially in the hall, is a safety issue. The other issue we're going to go into is just some dress code reminders, and there's no headwear in school. So your hats, your hoods should be off all day long. And the example I gave to the last group was a couple weeks ago I saw a student leave the room. The teacher tried to get their attention, to get them back, talk to them. Student had no idea that the teacher was looking for them because the earbuds were in, the hood was on. No clue. So it's a safety issue. We want to make sure that you can hear us. We need to know who you are. So all of that stuff should be off while you're in the halls. It's getting warmer. So I know we're going to wear t-shirts, we're going to wear shorts. Main rule of thumb is you want your torso covered. All right, so I know the style right now is crop tops. They're pretty short, not in school. So ladies, shoot for a shirt that's going to come down to your waist and maybe even an inch farther so that when you're walking down the hall and you're kind of swishing, it doesn't swish up high enough where we can see your stomach. All right, that's the rule of thumb. I try to notice as everyone's coming in that we're dressed appropriately. So if I see you with something, I might say zip up your sweatshirt. Do you have something else that you can put on? Because if we don't, what's our other alternative? These lovely, Mr. Gallagher's going to model them for me. Miss Hornung has a lovely collection of Roxbury and Eisenhower gear to cover up if we don't have something. And I know that would be atrocious for you. So please make sure that it doesn't come to that. You either have a sweatshirt or sweater that you can actually zip, or that's our option. So, like I said, I'll try to notice as you're coming in just to catch that. If I don't, your homeroom teacher is probably going to be the one to notice, oh, you know what, you have something else you can wear. If you don't, we'll send you down to Miss H, and I know that's no one's preference, all right? Also, with shorts, our dress code technically says something weird, like they should be no shorter than your longest finger when your hands are at your side. I know that's kind of arbitrary. We have all different length arms, so just shoot for mid-thigh. You know what your leg is, and your short should go just about mid-thigh. As long as it's no shorter than that, no one's going to give you a hard time.